Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment from a gold perspective? Now, as you know, on the daily on gold, we have a market that has created this trend line. Now, this trend line is at the moment holding the market, which is making a nice move to the upside. However, we can't ignore that we also have daily resistance at this zone. In fact, gold at this level had found support against support, then it broke it to the downside, and all that support is now turned resistance at this area, meaning that from a daily perspective, gold is trapped in between this resistance and the support given by this trend line. Now, as you know, inside of this price action here, we haven't been looking for trading opportunities with students because the market wasn't showing a great price action and it still isn't showing a great price action. But in today's analysis, we will be speaking about which opportunities a gold might provide in the future. So at the moment from the daily, we know that the market is trapped in between this resistance and this support from a daily perspective. This structure was also acting as resistance here, resistance, obviously turns support here, and now again resistance. So a structure level. Now, if we go and see what we have from a weekly perspective. Now, on the weekly, things get more interesting. Why do I say that things get more interesting? Because if the market on gold tomorrow, when it will close, will show a candle like this from a weekly point of view. So, on the weekly, if this candle will close in a similar shape, I already spoke about this candle both in an educational video here on a trading view and also on my YouTube channel. We spoke about this candle and we said if the market creates this candle with a very high probability, the next candle will fill in the wick. Specifically because here on the weekly we can also notice that the market has now created this double top, which it might actually confirm if the weekly candle closes like this, meaning that we can be looking for potential shorting opportunities for a deeper retracement, possibly to go and test this very strong demand area that the market has here. So this red candle here, in fact, in all of this move to the upside, there is only one candle which is not related to the move to the upside, which is this red candle, and we definitely can expect the market to go and grab some liquidity at this area. Now, if we go and see what we have from a COT perspective on gold, so what hedge funds are doing at the moment on this commodity, let's go and get our data and see what kind of situation we have. So, from a gold perspective, what we can read that at the moment net positions are at 251K, meaning that with the last report, hedge funds have added another 17K longs. However, they are continuing to add the shorts that they haven't been adding for quite a long time. Obviously, the exposure on gold is always a greatly to the long side with a 55.9% long exposure, but we can definitely expect, since they're already adding some shorts, to see the market make a deeper retracement. Going back to the chart and the price action, how we will be approaching this situation with students and how I suggest that you approach this situation as well. First of all, what we will have to be waiting for is from a weekly perspective to see how this candle will close tomorrow. If it will close like this, then we will be looking with students, we will be waiting with students for the market to break structure to the downside. What do I mean by breaking structure to the downside? At the moment, everything is marked up. We know that we have support here, we have resistance here, and we have our target to the downside here. So how we will be approaching this at this point is very simple. We will be waiting for the market to break the structure to the downside, meaning that we want to see a daily close below the trend line, which in this case, we will call it a counter trend line because it's against, it is with the overall trend, but it's against the wave that we would like to see happening in the market. If the market will break this trend line, then what we will be doing with students, we will be monitoring price actions from a 4-hour perspective inside of this area, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice short with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities for the move to the downside to happen. On the other side, if the market will break this resistance to the upside, then this zone will be turned support. The weekly candle will actually close green. And how we will be approaching it, we will be waiting for the market to retrace back to this previous resistance. That will be then turned support, and simply we will be monitoring price action on the 4-hour time frame for potential longing opportunities. If on the 4-hour we will get our rules satisfied. So as usual, being reactive and not predictive and waiting for the market to show us its hand and most importantly satisfy all our strategies rules. So this is what we have at the moment on gold. If you enjoy this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. And I will see you in the next